Hey everybody, SkyTrack 13 meteorologist Sean Ash back with you. TGIF, I've got about 4.5 hours before my weekend starts, and I hope yours is off to a good one as well. You know, in that first video we talked about the possibility, at least the chance, of a shower or thunderstorm. But you know what? I think we're in good shape here. Once you get from east of Crawfordsville and Greencastle, almost a lock, you're going to be rain-free with the lack of daylight. And you can see the movement, everything pretty much moving south to north. Now we've had a few rough thunderstorms push through Vigo County. That one's beginning to lose its punch there, but everything creeping up along 41. You can see some of these thunderstorms. Petersburg in line. Mind you, the time of taping is a little after 7 p.m. And so this may stay just to the west of Crawfordsville and Lafayette. Can't completely rule it out. But I think for sure, if you've got some friends at the Indians game or the other Operation football games or the Luke Bryan concert, let them know. Enjoy it, and probably going to be rain-free the way it looks. Heat indices, though, very sticky. Upper 80s, even some lower 90s. So this is pretty muggy stuff that we have. We actually made it up to 87 in Indianapolis despite that cloudy start. It didn't take long. 90 Columbus, 89 Terre Haute, and upper 80s in Bloomington. Now this is the eastern spoke of energy around a system that's going to unfortunately keep us unsettled this weekend. That first video I recorded earlier, I mentioned there are going to be some storms back to our west, and these may actually make it in by the time sunrise rolls around despite the atmosphere stabilizing. So we could have some raindrops in the morning. I don't think we can completely rule that out. Check in with Kelly Green. She's on at 6 in the morning, and I'll try to update again before I head home this evening. And this little spin that you see back out over the Nebraska-Iowa border, that's the upper feature. And then we have a cold front that trails southward into Kansas and Oklahoma. All of these ingredients come together to give us storm chances heading into tomorrow. So how about some numbers elsewhere across the Ohio Valley? Look where it was sunny most of the day, St. Louis and Evansville and Louisville, low 90s. I think we're going to have cloud cover around tomorrow. That actually could be a good thing. That could limit the scope of the thunderstorms that we see tomorrow. 70 will be the low in the city tonight. And this is Future Track 13 as we play through and get you into tomorrow morning. As we keep an eye on those. There you go. Mentioned this is 7 a.m. So some of that action back west of us is going to try to sneak in here. So even as you wake up early tomorrow morning, you might have a few heavy downpours and maybe a few rumbles of thunder. We don't anticipate any severe weather. Upper 60s, lower 70s, what we're expecting. We're not going to be mid-80s tomorrow morning in Muncie as well as Greensburg. So this is by 10 a.m. I know we're getting ready to kick off the college football season here in the state of Indiana. So we've got IU and Purdue that kick off at noon tomorrow. If you're going to be tailgating, possibility, maybe a shower or thunderstorm around. And then for those noon kickoffs, this is what the latest model run is showing. Colgate at Ball State at 2 p.m. And then Notre Dame also gets their schedule underway at home at 3:30 against Rice. And I think probably Notre Dame may have the best storm chance during their game. And then as we go into the afternoon, again, if we have a lot of cloud cover tomorrow, that really could limit the amount of storms we see late in the afternoon. So if you don't want to see a bunch of storms, then keep the cloud cover. Pray for the cloud cover to hang around here. Late tomorrow afternoon, daytime high is going to range from mid to low 80s. Again, that's going to be very dependent on if you see any breaks. So we'll call for some showers or storms around. It's fair game at any time. And again, the sunshine really dictates how much we see late in the day. The Indians wrap up their home season tomorrow at Victory Field, and the Indy 11 hit the pitch. So the Indians are just after 6, Indy 11 a little after 7. There's a scattered storm chance around. And if you missed my first video, and if you missed any of my forecast here, we've tweaked the second half of the weekend forecast. So here's by 11 o'clock. That's along the front. And some indications that this boundary may sink to the south a bit for the second part of Sunday. I do believe we wake up with clouds and some showers Sunday morning, but I think a little more optimistic now for the second part of Sunday. Is it going to be completely rain-free? I can't say that to you, but I think we have a better chance of being dry than wet. And then as we get into Labor Day, next boundary sinks in, but that's not going to be until late in the day. So the bottom line here, what I'm trying to tell you is that, yeah, it's unsettled, but far from a washout, and plenty of dry time this weekend. Now, rain amounts, because there's so much juice in the atmosphere, some locations are going to squeeze out 1 to 3 inches of rain. Now, whether or not it's going to be Indy or where this axis sets up, that's to be determined. But definitely heavy rain potential. And if you're in town for the NHRA U.S. Nationals at Lucas Oil Raceway Park and scattered around, still plenty of dry time. Don't cancel any plans here. But we do stay unsettled heading into next week as well. Very summerish as we make up for lost time here and storm chances. Right now, Thursday, Friday dry, very subject to change. Have a great evening and a great weekend, everybody.